Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are so welcome. So, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. So, as you probably know, I'm Tracy Redmond, founder of the Style Coaching Institute, and I'm absolutely thrilled and delighted today to welcome you all to our very first IASC Connect and Thrive event. We were really excited this week to see all your registrations coming in, and it's incredible to think that we've got so many style coaches from the community joining us from all around the globe today. It's quite amazing. So let's find out maybe where exactly you're all linking in from. Perhaps you could let us know in the chat section while everyone's still waiting and settling in. Manchester, Toronto, Suffolk, London, Cape Town, Kuala Lumpur, Surrey, Italy, Germany, York, Michigan. Wow, it's amazing. Singapore.
So, hi everyone. I'm Kate Redmond. Sorry for my very awkward intro at the beginning, but most of you will know me already from our monthly masterclasses over at the International Association of Style Coaches. And of course, it's a real privilege to be here with all of you today. And my heartfelt thanks for taking the time to share this experience with us. And I hope it's going to be a really good one. As you know, we've hosted several live webinars before in the past. So, excuse me. So what makes this time different? Firstly, we don't usually have these kind of technical issues. But secondly, it's because Connect and Thrive isn't going to be a one-time event for us. What we're launching today is a virtual space where we can all regroup at the end of each quarter to touch base, collaborate, share ideas, and tackle any challenges that we're facing together as a community. Because no matter whether you're a beginner or you're an expert, we're all in the style coaching journey together. So through Connect and Thrive, we really want to get to know you better. We want to hear from you. We want to listen. We really want to create a space to do more than simply survive as style coaches, a space where together we can learn how to thrive in style. So I'm going to take another look at who's joining us and read through a few of your locations. So we've got, London, Norway, Miami, Rome, Germany, Austin, Texas, Surrey, Bernie from Ireland. Hiya, Bernie. Kuala Lumpur. Let's see. Singapore, Romania, Hungary, Switzerland, literally from all over the world today. So incredible. Thank you all. Amazing. So this is fabulous. And of course, you're all very welcome. And it's absolutely lovely to have you here with us. Just to let you know that we are recording today's event. So if anyone would prefer to keep their video turned off, then of course, that's no problem at all. And since it looks like we're all excited to get started, Tracy, perhaps you'd like to introduce our next co-host for today's event, and I will do a few housekeeping tasks. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Kate. That's wonderful. So it's amazing to see our group today, really, because it really illustrates the diversity of the style coaching community. And I think we're all brought together because of our shared passion. It's our passion for style, of course, and transformation. And we're here amongst people who uniquely understand us. And there's something very special about that connection, of course. That's why I'm really excited today to introduce you to other members of our international training team here at the Style Coaching Institute, because normally you only get to see myself and Kate a lot of the time. So it's great to be able to introduce you to the other members, as I say. So firstly, it's my pleasure to welcome Rana Haraki, Master Style Coach, trainer for the Middle East and founder of Mind Style Coaching. Rana, you're very welcome. So I'm going to hand over to you for a sec.
Thank you, Tracy. Hello, everyone. I'm Rana Haraki, and I'm really honored to be with all of you here today. I've had the privilege of mentoring many of you through your studies and watch you start and launch your style coaching businesses across the Arab world and even beyond. It's just so incredible and rewarding to see how a beginner can develop and grow into an expert. And, you know, I believe when our goals are fueled with enough passion, our dreams can become a reality. مرحبا، أنا رنا حركي وبيسعدني إنه أكون معكم اليوم. كان لي الشرف إنه أعلم كتير منكم وشوف أطلقتوا البزنس تبعكم بالبلاد العربية وحتى أبعد منها. قديش روعة إنه نشوف كيف في المبتدئ فيه يتطور ويكبر ليصير محترف. وأنا بقول لما يكون هيك ممزوج أهدافنا بالشغف بنقدر نوصل لأحلامنا كلها ونحققها. Like many of you, I've started my style coaching career helping people to discover their inner and outer beauty. And to tell you honestly, becoming a style coach has changed my life. And I truly believe that style coaching can, through style coaching, we can change the world and make it a happier and kinder and more beautiful place. So I'm looking forward to connecting with all of you and to discover how we can elevate style coaches to live their best lives by doing what they love. So let's make the most of this opportunity to connect, thrive, and lift one another. I'm gonna talk in Arabic too. So مثل كتير منكم أنا بلشت مهنتي بستايل كوتشنج بمساعدة الآخرين ليكتشفوا جمالهم الداخلي والخارجي. وصراحة ستايل كوتشنج كان نقطة تحول بحياتي، وأنا بآمن إنه فينا من خلال الستايل كوتشنج نغير العالم ليصير أحلى، ليصير أسعد، وليصير ألطف. متشوقة كتير لأتواصل معكم ولنكتشف سوا كيف فينا نتقدم بالستايل كوتشنج ونخلي ستايل كوتشز يعيشوا أحلى حياتهم هن وعم يعملوا الشيء اللي بيحبوه. فخلينا نستفيد من هالفرصة لنتواصل، نتقدم ونرفع بعض. Thank you Tracy.
Thank you, Rana, for that beautiful message. So next, it's with great pleasure that I can introduce to you Ivana Gasto, Master Style Coach Trainer for Italy and founder of SLB Coaching Academy. Ivana, a very warm welcome to you. We're delighted to see you today.
Thank you, Trace, and hello everyone. I am Ivana Gasto and joining you from Style Coaching Italy, and I'm very happy and very proud to be part of this international community. I founded the SLB Coaching Academy because I really believe that success comes from finding balance and harmony between your work and your well-being. So what is personal style for me? Personal style is more like knowing what clothes to wear. It's about growth, it's about communication, charisma, self-awareness, and the relationship, very important, the relationship you have with yourself. Salve a tutti, sono Ivana Gasto dal Style Coaching Italia e sono molto felice e molto orgogliosa di far parte di questa community internazionale. Ho fondato SLB Coaching Academy perché credo molto che il successo arrivi da un equilibrio e un'armonia fra quello che è il lavoro e quello che è il nostro benessere. Per me lo stile non è solo scegliere che cosa investire, che cosa indossare, ma è molto di più, è la nostra crescita personale, come noi ci sentiamo, la nostra unicità, come noi comunichiamo, il nostro carisma, la nostra autocoscienza e principalmente la relazione che noi abbiamo con noi stessi. I'm very excited to share my professional insights and to hear each of your stories and the challenges and the triumphs, because these are what make the style coaching community so vibrant and inspiring. I think that alone we can do a little, but together we can do so much more. Sono molto entusiasta di condividere con voi le mie esperienze comunque professionali e di ascoltare le vostre storie, le vostre sfide, i vostri successi, perché tutto ciò rendono la nostra comunità di style coaching molto molto stimolante e danno anche una grande forza, è molto vivace. Sono convinta che da soli noi possiamo comunque fare una bella strada, ma insieme possiamo veramente raggiungere tante mete, e questo è quello che è lo style coaching community. Grazie Tracy, grazie Kate, grazie a tutti voi. Thank you very much.
Grazie, Ivana. And thank you, Tracy and Rana as well. And now it's time to introduce our coach for the main portion of today's workshop, Janine Coney. Now, Janine is an accredited style coach, a personal branding strategist, and a marketing and business success coach. And of course, she's no stranger to the ISC community, having worked with us on previous masterclasses too. Now, I have no doubt that you're going to love everything that Janine has planned for us today. So without any further delays, Janine, you have the virtual stage, and it's great to have you here with us.
Unmute myself. Hello, and thank you so much for that lovely introduction. Now I'm going to try and share my screen. This is the bit where any of us who've worked on Zoom, we know where you think, is it going to work? And yes, it does. So before I introduce myself, I want to ask a question. Do you often feel like you are adding even more tasks to your never-ending list, but end up feeling exhausted and overwhelmed and no closer to your goals? Let me know in the chat box how you feel about your goal setting for yourself, not for your clients, for yourself. And Tracy and Kate are going to be monitoring the chat box throughout our session today, and we will endeavour to answer your questions as they come through. If we can't answer all your questions that you do put in the chat box, we will come back to you afterwards. We're not going to unmute everybody within this session because obviously we've got a lot to get through. So that would then make us, some of you are on obviously very different time zones to us here in the UK. So we want to keep this moving forward, but please feel free to use the chat box. We want you to do that. So how do you feel about your goals? And Kate or Tracy, can you read some out maybe that are coming through?
Yeah, so a lot of people are saying that they're very short on time.
Okay.
That time management seems to be a big thing. Always short on time, too many things coming up to add to the list every day. My goals always go to the bottom of the list. Low, unmotivated at times, and overwhelming is that's coming up.
Okay, and we've all felt like that. The reason why I wanted us to talk about that straight away before I go into anything is because nobody is alone here. We've all felt like that with our goals. Okay, so a little bit of an introduction about me. I'm absolutely honoured to be here and be doing the first of these workshops for us within these sessions. As Kate says, I'm a personal brand strategist, business and marketing coach, and obviously an accredited style coach as well. I trained back in because it does seem like a long time ago now, 2017, late 2017. I graduated in 2018, and I can honestly say my business has gone from strength to strength through the skills that I gained through the course. I then decided that actually I would combine all my skills, because I've worked in marketing and events management and branding and PR all of my career before I became a style coach. So now that's why I focus on personal branding, marketing and business coaching, and obviously image consulting comes as part of that as well. I've helped thousands of women in their personal development and businesses as well. I live in the UK. I'm a wife. I've got a mum of two grown-up children and my fur baby, my dog, who my kids say I actually adore more than them. They might be right. I'm a speaker and content creator, and I have my own podcast as well, the Let's Get Visible show. And as an aside, I'm always looking for people to come on the podcast with me. So if that interests you, then let me know. Because what I love to do is help founders, leaders and coaches just like you stand out from the crowd in your businesses with confidence for your success. But today we're here to shift your focus from wondering how other people achieve their dreams and take that decisive action. And I want you to be able to do it on your own. It's time to move past feeling overwhelmed and delaying on your goals. I want you to be deliberate and purposeful in making your visions a reality. And I really would love you to use this session to dig deep into that, because I'm going to be honest, there's going to be things in here I know some of you, all of us will know. All of us will know. But as we know as well, these serve as a great reminder. And sometimes we're so busy working on everybody else, we don't have time to stop and think about ourselves. So we're creating that space for you today to be able to work on yourself and your goals and your vision for the future. So welcome to Connect and Thrive. And we are going to run through a very quick introduction. We're going to do some reflection and celebration. That's where we're going to dig deep. I'm going to be honest, we are going to ask you to dig deep there. We're going to do some goal setting, and I'm going to explain to you about vision boarding and how you can do your own. Obviously, you have had access to the workbook in advance. Please don't worry if you haven't downloaded that. You can use a pen and paper, a note-taking device. And as I say, please feel free to use the chat box. We are here, all of the hosts are here to help you. I can't see the chat box because I'm going to focus on this. As I say, we are here for you. Okay, so next level success is waiting for you. But what does success mean to you? Let's talk about that now. Pop in the chat box what success means to you. Does it mean finishing your course if you're still training? Because obviously I appreciate that everybody's at different stages. Is it about expanding your business and your client base? Is it about finding and launching a new service? Is it about elevating your personal brand and being known as a thought leader in the style coaching world? Success means different things to different people. And you can see I've included a quote on here that I feel is so important. Don't compare your behind the scenes with someone else's highlight reel, because it's so easy to compare your everyday struggles and challenges with the polished and successful exteriors that other people present, especially on social media. And it can be misleading, it can be discouraging at times as well. So I call it swimming your own lane. Everybody faces challenges and setbacks, and everybody has highs and lows at different times. So let's have a look. And Kate, can you read out some of the comments that have been put in the chat?
So Estelle says, for her to complete my training, then becoming a style coach by the end of this year. Elizabeth says, launching a new service, fulfilled clients. Michelle says, right now as a new style coach, success is beginning to work with clients and making an impact. Sharon says, success to me is about launching a new service for my online audience that will give them the success that they're looking for. Manal says, launching my services as a stylist, same time as completing my style coaching course. So yeah, lots of people saying about finishing their training is a big thing for them as well, Janine. Cindy, finding new clients, seeing them happy and confident.
Okay, so you can see this is about your next level success. If we were to sit in a group, we might all sit there and you might then start looking at somebody else's or listening to them and thinking, oh, maybe that's what I want. Should I be going after that? Should I be thinking about that as well? But what I want you to focus on today is you. And one of my favourite sayings is you do you. We've seen that a lot, but you do you. This is your time for you to feel aligned and you accomplish your next level self and your goals, because you get to make the right choices for you. Okay, so the goal setting journey I'm going to share with you today, we're going to talk about embarking on the journey, and I want you to think about it as if we were getting in a car and going on a journey together, and that's what your goal setting is going to be like. It's like a road trip towards your goals, towards reaching the goal or major achievement. And we're going to have some milestones and landmarks along the way, because that's what happens on any journey. We go on, there are landmarks along the road, and sometimes there's also some roadblocks and some detours and some distractions, and sometimes it can get a bit boring, that journey, and sometimes you feel like you're moving fast and sometimes you feel like you're going really, really slow. And so you need different navigation tools, you need people to support you throughout that journey, and you need to be clear on the destination and where you're going to end up as well, and when you need to be there. So we're going to embark on this journey together right now. Now, having a vision for your life and your business is really, really important. Without it, it's like going on that journey without a planned route. So it's like Kate and I setting off on a journey now. We're in the UK. I'm going to pick a point and just say Glasgow, for instance. And Kate has her sitting in her car and she's got her sat nav set. And I just head out to my car and I think, well, I know it's up north, so I'm just going to go. Who's going to get there first? Well, I would be sure it would probably be Kate, because she has got a sat nav. She's going to know the route she's going to take. She's going to know exactly what time she's going to get there. My journey would be random, indirect, and to be fair to myself, I would probably give up at some point if I didn't find the way. And that is the same with your goal setting journey. If you set vague goals and you set out without a planned route, then you're less likely to get there. And actually 80% of people give up on their New Year's resolutions by February, some even sooner. 3% of people only write down their goals, and 42% of people, though, who write down their goals are more likely to achieve them. And that's why it's so important to actually write your goals down. So today, I'd love you to make sure that you are using that note-taking device and writing down those goals, because you can see the difference that is going to make for you. 95% of people as well with an accountability partner have a chance of reaching their goals. So I'm just seeing how many people are in here, all 62 participants in here today, you're more likely to achieve your goals, and especially if you stick with us throughout this year as well and get to where you want to go. So let's have a look at these. So have you got your pens and papers ready? Because your setting goals is going to be essential. It's going to provide you the direction and focus. It's going to motivate and inspire your action. It's going to help you measure your progress and achievements. And when you're setting your goals and you're working towards them, you're going to develop new skills and knowledge along the way that boost your self-confidence, and they help you achieve your targets as well. So this is like setting and plotting your journey on the map. And goals are fundamentally the foundation that you build your dreams into reality. And I'd just like to take a moment to speak to you, just making sure this goes forward, about dreaming. Now I know was it Ivana who mentioned about dreams? I think it was. Now dreams, we all dream. I'm a dreamer, I love a daydream. But dreams are broad and they're less defined. They are desires and wishes. And if you think about when you wish for something, or there's a lack of something, we go, oh, I wish I could have, I'd love to have. And it comes from a place of lack. And without taking action to make the dream a reality, it just comes from a place of lack. Now, goals are the bridges that turn our dreams into reality through the planning and the action that we take. So, and I've got to use the word persistence. I like to use the word consistency as well. It's the planning, action, persistence and consistency in those goals that's going to lead you to where you want to go. Because without that, it just becomes a dream and it stays a dream in your head. I'm going to remind you again, you're 42% more likely to reach your goals when you write them down, and even more so when you have a vision board to help you achieve those. I'm going to come back onto vision boards later. I'm not going to divert on that route yet, but they are such a powerful source and tool for manifestation and visualization. And I'd love to know now, just put a yes in the chat box if you have used a vision board before. Let me know what people...
So Michelle says, yes, I have. Let's see. Roz has, Christiana, Karen, Sharon, Cindy, Claudia, Gloria, Wenkian. Oh, there's so many. Bernie,
Brilliant.
Anita.
Brilliant. So you'll know the power of a vision board, and I found the power of a vision board about 4 years ago, and I was very skeptical to start with because there's a lot of the law of attraction, but a lot of it is about putting your ideas into action and making them happen. And from every vision board I have, I would say 75 to 100% has happened in that year. If not, the following year, I have looked back on it and I've been amazed at what has come through even afterwards. So I don't know if, for those of you who've done them, brilliant. For those of you who haven't, you're going to love it. But first, let's reflect and celebrate. Okay, this is the part I would say that we've got to all dig deep. And I'm going to ask you some questions, and this is where you're going to need to write some notes as we go through these to get the most out of this part. Okay, so if you've got your workbooks, open them up. If not, pen and paper's handy, because here come the questions I'm going to ask you first of all. We're going to do some reflection. First question, what have been the 3 highlights of your style coaching journey or business so far? What have been the 3 highlights of your style coaching journey or business so far?
Janine, when people are ready, would you like them to add a little something in the chat box?
If people would like to, I'd love them to, but please do not feel, because I appreciate goals can be very personal, so we don't want anybody to feel under pressure, but if you're happy to, we would love you to share.
Yeah, great.
Oh, Sharon's got a vision wall. How amazing.
That
I
sounded
want a vision wall. What a great idea.
That's great.
So Michelle says self-growth, confidence, feeling relevant and seen. Yeah, visibility is a big thing.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move on to number 2, which is reflecting on the past year. What are the 3 achievements you are most proud of in your style coaching journey or your business? Now, today we are focusing, I should have said, obviously on our businesses and style coaching itself. So reflecting on the past year, what are the 3 achievements you are most proud of in your style coaching journey or your business right now? If anybody needs me to repeat them, then please just say, or put your hand up, we're happy to do that.
Michelle says, my diploma from Style Coaching Institute, my investment in myself, my social media marketing efforts. Sharon says, my main one is finding my niche online to help women embrace their grey hair with style and confidence on YouTube and boldly embrace aging unapologetically.
Fabulous.
Love it. Landing a speaking engagement for an audience of 100 attendees, that's easy. Finally booking a course after lurking for a long time. Brilliant. There's some really great ones coming through there. Okay, number 3 is, who are 3 individuals that you deeply appreciate for their support in your style coaching journey, and why? 3 individuals you deeply appreciate for their support in your style coaching journey, and why? Okay, number 4 is identify 3 activities or aspects of style coaching that have brought you fulfillment and joy. So 3 activities or things about aspects of your style coaching journey that have brought you fulfillment and joy. That's lovely.
Christiana is saying becoming more confident and creative and organised. Organised is always a good thing. And Sylvia, she's saying having tools to use when I most need them, like self-belief exercises and endless videos to watch. Absolutely, that's great.
Okay, number 5. I'd like you to write down 3 significant challenges you've encountered in your style coaching journey and business, and the valuable lessons that you've learned from them. So 3 significant challenges that you've encountered so far in your style coaching journey and the lessons you've learned from them. I don't know whether that one is procrastination there. I can be a bit like that. Some people just like to work to a deadline, don't they, at the last minute. I think it's a personality thing. But procrastination is one that comes up often. Okay, I'm going to move on. Are we okay, everybody? If anybody's not, just because we've got that was number 5. Number 6, name 3 traits or habits you recognize as holding you back in your progress. So what habits or traits do you have that are holding you back in your progress?
When Kian says imposter syndrome, I really just need to do it.
That's a whole other session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many people
Syndrome,
are challenged by that.
So many. You're not alone. Anybody who says they don't suffer with imposter syndrome is not recognizing it as imposter syndrome.
Minnie agrees, imposter syndrome. Gloria says overthinking. Yeah. Oh, Michelle, who says the need to attain perfection. Yeah.
Sometimes done is good enough, Michelle.
Exactly.
Because sometimes if we wait for perfection, then
Never happens. Okay, that was number 6, wasn't it? I just did 3 traits or habits because I'm looking at the questions. I'm just having a mini moment. Number 7, what are 3 important tasks or strategies you know that you should implement in your training or in your business that you've been neglecting? So what 3 important tasks or strategies, things that you've got to do, you know you should implement, maybe it's in your training or in your business, what have you been neglecting? Now trust your intuition here. More promotions, social media, marketing, not taking action, neat and tidy with my notes. Yeah, talking on videos, that becomes a challenge for people. I think with that one, it's kind of like baby steps. Start off small, just keep doing it. The more you do it, the easier it becomes, like everything.
keeping myself inspired, and planning and goal setting, exposing myself to people. That can hold people back, definitely.
Gloria says consistency. Yeah. So I think that's the thing, isn't it? You do something well one day, but it's the consistency that is very, very tricky.
I think that's the big one on visibility for people, isn't it? With the consistency, showing up and then thinking, oh no, I'm not in the mood this week, and then not showing up again for a while. Right. Okay, number 8, identify the excuses you've been using. So what excuses have you been using that are holding back your progress, that are hindering your progress?
No time, says Claudia. Too busy with other things, says Cindy.
Other stuff.
And I think that's something that a lot of women will experience because we're multitasking constantly, so it can be a challenge.
Mohammed says, not too focused. Yeah.
Minnie, you're never too old.
No, that's
Never
right.
too old. Prioritising me. We have to prioritise ourselves. Self-doubt because I'm older. Don't feel that self-doubt. I'd love to talk to you more about that.
Because you have to remember that you're not the only one that's getting older. We're all getting older.
Yeah.
And we all have that doubt, but it's pointless, yeah.
Okay, so number 9 is, what are 3 factors are actually draining your energy right now? And don't worry, we're going to use all of this going forward. This is why we're asking all these deeper questions. I did say it was going to go deep and make you really think about things. So highlight 3 factors draining your energy and your style coaching success.
could you repeat that again?
Yeah, sure. 3 factors that are draining your energy. What's draining your energy and stopping you from moving forward in your style coaching success?
Great, thank you.
So Gloria says not being able to finish the course. So yeah, I mean, I think this is also the reason why we're here, is to give people opportunities to reach out and connect and see that you're not alone. Mm-hmm. And yeah, just to give a little bit more motivation and support.
And I think we need to remember that this is a safe space as well here for people to be able to share, you know, what we talk about in here. And I know nobody's going to go into that much depth, but please don't worry at all. We want these to be a space that you come to and feel that we can talk openly about, you know, how you're moving forward in your training, in your businesses, because we all need that. When we work alone, it can feel very lonely at times. So it's great to know that we've got the support. And I know that that's something that Kate and Tracy are really keen to promote within the group going forward, along with Style Coach.
About comparison.
Yeah.
I think it's, again, with social media, we're always looking at what other people are doing, comparing ourselves, and you know, that can really.
Yeah. Okay, so reflecting on your journey and what we've talked about here, what you've written down, what actions and support do you need to reach your goals? What resources, what skills or assistance do you require to achieve your goals and overcome those challenges? So just write a little bit about that, reflecting on your journey. What actions and support do you need to reach your goals? Mentorship, accountability, motivation. And thank you to those of you who are sharing on here. Calm, I love that. Okay. Market research, marketing and business scaling, Sharon. Organisation. Okay, so you're all coming up with your own thoughts there of what you need in your world. Planning my time, focus more. Okay, so remember that I said about writing things down is really, really important. Now, this is the last bit. Next bit I'm going to ask you to do is the last bit of like hard work, I would say, in the session for today, because there's something I want you to write down, and in your workbook, so you can see it says statement above it, and here is the statement, and I'm going to read out where the answers fit into this for you. I'd really love you to write this down as we do it. We are going to send this out afterwards, however doing it now is going to be much more powerful for you. So I will prioritize more of, and you're going to write in your answer to number 4 into that section. I will prioritize more of, and that is whatever you wrote for answer number 4.
And what was the question for number 4 again?
Number 4 was identify 3 activities or aspects of style coaching that have brought you fulfillment and joy. So then you're going to be able to read that. I will prioritize more of, whatever that was, and remember to be proud of the achievements in answer number 2, which was reflecting on the past year. What are the 3 achievements you are most proud of? So that is your answer to number 2, goes in beside achievements. And then you can see it in my style coaching journey. Then it's I confront challenges, and that's answer number 5. So that's where you shared 3 significant challenges you have encountered in your style coaching journey. And then you can see the rest of the sentence there with resilience, drawing lessons from this for the future. Then the next part is with a heart committed to my path, I let go of, and then it's answer number 6. So that was the 3 traits or habits you recognise that were holding you back. So I let go of imposter syndrome, procrastination. Whatever you wrote down there, that's what goes in there. And then it's I acknowledge, answer number 8. And number 8 was the excuses you've been making. And pledge to discard these going forward. And then we are at clearing the way for prioritising, and that's then the answer to number 7. And will develop strategies to support me. And then it's for answer number 9. And then the final one is I actively pursue, and then it's answer 10. Which were the actions and support you need to reach your goals. So I actively pursue whatever you wrote for number 10, embracing the resources and support necessary to achieve my goals. When you're done, give a little thumbs up in the box, or just put a yes in the box, or done, or just something in the chat box so we know.
I think we're getting there, Janine.
Okay, at the bottom, I mean, you're going to have this anyway, don't worry, we're going to send this out to you, but this affirmation, I'd love you to read this now to yourselves. This affirmation is my pledge to myself, a promise of evolution, achievement, an unwavering focus on my future. And keep that strong in your mind, because you've got your own powerful statement there to read back and look at what you're proud of, what's been great, what you need to work on, the excuses you've been making, and obviously what you need to do in the future to take things forward. You've condensed that down into one really powerful statement that if you do anything today, I'd love you to keep that somewhere close in your diaries, on a wall, so that you can remind yourself, because I do that with mine. I did this or something similar to this back at the back end of last year, and it's been really, really great in keeping me very, very focused as well. Okay, so And within that, I asked you to, before we move on, I asked you about the people that you deeply appreciate for their support. And what I love to do in these sessions when I'm working with clients, and we do this, is we ask them to reach out to those people who've helped them. Now, not now, it'd be lovely if you could, but not now, save it for later. But I'd love you to reach out to those people that you wrote down and say thank you to them. Let them know that you really appreciate their support and why you appreciate their support as well. You're going to make their day, but it also strengthens your relationship with other people. It reinforces positive relationships. And it shows that you don't take them for granted, because your strong support networks are absolutely crucial in achieving your goals. And I'm sure all of you will appreciate that, and those people around you who support you in what you do. They're the people who enhance your motivation. They're the people who keep you going when you feel like giving up. And boy, oh boy, we all have times where we feel like doing that. They're the people who should promote your positivity and also help improve your well-being as well. So reach out to those people and say thank you, because I tell you, it's going to make you feel really great when you do, and they're going to really thank you for that as well. Okay, so now we're going to get on to the goal setting. We've done that deep work. You've uncovered what's holding you back. You've looked at things that are working well for you. You've reflected, you've gained those insights, and now it's time to do the goal setting work. So you need to have a look at, I'm going to switch the chat off for myself. I can't see that for them now. You need to consider before we start though, your what you want and why you want it. Your why is what motivates you, and it has to be important to you, not to somebody else. In some ways, this is quite good that you're sat there in your own space doing this, because there isn't any influence around you. There has to be a value in you achieving your goals, and your why gives you this. It has to be a feel, an emotional connection, because goals connected to a why create meaningful action. And your why is what is going to keep being the constant. Even if your what you want changes, your why you want it generally doesn't. So let's have a look at your what and your why. Sometimes this is moving forward and sometimes it isn't. Okay, so maybe your goal or your intention is to what, and why do you want it? And I want you to just start thinking what's coming into your head now. Don't worry, we're going to break this down a lot more. But first of all, I want you to really just start thinking, what is it you want and why do you want it? Because setting a goal is going to help you identify what you aim to receive. And we need to find that why behind it. So a vague goal, it might be get more clients. And you can see a focus goal is actually increase your client base by a certain percentage over the next 3 months, and your why to boost revenue and ensure my business is growing. Get more clients is too vague. It's a little bit like dreaming. It's like you're just putting it out there, but there's no direction. It's not going to get you anywhere. And we've seen that in our personal lives as well. When, for instance, you wouldn't set out to run a marathon and just say, I'm going to run a marathon. You would have a plan behind it. And you can kind of see, we've all done that before. Beginning of the year, people have said, I'm going to go on a fitness journey. By the end of January, the gyms are empty again because people have given up. They haven't actually got a goal behind it. So I want you to have a focus goal, not a vague goal behind it. So here are some wants that are relevant to the style coaching world. Maybe you want to cultivate a signature style coaching method unique to your brand within the next year, and that's a want. I aim to achieve a work-life balance. We're all aiming to achieve that allow us time for dedicated family time, and streamlining those client appointments and setting those boundaries so you're not working late into the evening. Or maybe it's I plan to invest in continuous professional development, attending at least 2 events or workshops annually. And that's lovely. Those are all wants. But the why comes in because, and I'll allow you to have a few moments to read those. And you can see when you add the why into something, it has a deeper meaning and a deeper a personal reason. And the thing is it has to feel right for you here, that why. Everybody's why is going to be different to somebody else's. So I'd love you to think now about what your want is in your styling business or your training. What is your want and why do you want it? And it's the why that's going to make you feel the emotion when you really think about it right now. You've got a section in your workbooks with start with your what and your why, just to make some notes. So, or just write them down on a piece of paper, and I'm just going to leave that up for a few moments. Whether any of you work on the law of attraction as well, and the law of attraction does not react to vague goals. When you want more of something, for instance, if one of your goals, and I do say that money goals are, money is important to everybody. I'm not going to go too deep into this, but money is a goal for a lot of people to be earning money in their businesses. But if you say I want to earn more money in my business, as far as the universe is concerned, 5p in UK money is more money than you earned last year. So you have to be precise, you have to be accurate, you have to put out there exactly what you want. So think about that as well. It's very easy to say I want more of something and I want to get bigger at this or better at that, but why and what is it you want to bring in and why? Has anybody got any questions they want to pop in the chat box? Because I appreciate we're going quite deep into this today, but this is what we wanted for you. If anybody's got any questions, pop them in.
Just to let you know, Janine, that Michelle is saying she's loving this, and thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, now it's time to take these into actionable goals, and they are your goals. I've said this a number of times, but I'm repeating things a lot because I want that to go in, and we all know you have to hear things over and over again. These are your goals, not someone else's, not what your family wants for you. This is for you, and there has to be a value in achieving them because that's what's going to motivate you. You know what that's like, and I think that's the same when it comes back to the new year and everybody going to the gym. It's kind of they feel like they ought to. It's not really got any sort of motivation, or they haven't really got their heart in it. When your heart's in what you want, you have a whole different feeling behind it. But for today's session, I'd like you to choose 3 goals that you want to focus on with your why and your what included. So I'd like you to focus just on 3 for today. And again, in your workbooks or just on a piece of paper, I just want you to loosely write down what those 3 goals would be. You don't have to write them down in detail at the moment, but focusing and keeping focused on your what and your why. What would those 3 goals be? And you don't need to share these. If anybody would like to, we'd love to see, but as I say, no pressure to at all. Hopefully there'll be lots of insights. You'll have lots of thoughts going through your head now. Lots of exciting thoughts, things you want to do. Can I move on, or is everybody still busy writing?
Looking at all the videos and trying to see how everyone's getting on.
Everybody's still busy writing.
That's fine. If anybody wants to share those, I'd love to see. I feel a bit left out because I'm not writing mine down.
I know, that's it. So Christiana says she's okay to move on, I think.
Okay.
Everybody want to give us a thumbs up if you think we're ready to move on?
Yeah, just wave at the camera, just let us know. Just ready. I can see Bernie. Bernie's still on my... You've been my gauge, Bernie. Okay, I'm going to move on. Okay, word of the year. We're going to go into the goals in a moment and we're going to start setting those. But what I want you to do first of all is have an umbrella word that anchors everything here for you. I love a word of the year, and we are in March. We're at the end of the first quarter of the year. Cannot believe that already. This could be a word of the month. To be honest, I set a word of the year, and if you haven't set one already, then I invite you to do that now, because I absolutely love this. So write down 5 words that you feel are going to support you. 5 words that really resonate and you really feel like are going to ground you for this year. I'm going to give you an idea. Last year mine was fearless for 2023, and I used the word fearless, and as you can see I had it set on my screen on my phone, and it was my word when I was asked to do anything that grounded me back into what my goals were for that year. And my goal last year was to get as visible as possible, to talk at events as much as possible, to push myself out of my comfort zone, because your goals should push you outside of your comfort zone. So every time I was asked something, when my mind, as we all understand this from our style coaching training, took me into that safe space and it wanted to go, no, I don't want to do that, this is too scary, I'd rather just stay where I am, I was like, no, my word of the year is fearless. My word of the year is fearless. So it grounded me, it motivated me, and it kept me moving forward. That is what your word of the year should do. If you're looking to more balance in your life and you feel, yeah, that's the word that's going to ground me and bring me back to where I need to be every time, and that's your word of the year. Sometimes you might just start off like now with 3 to 5 words and you think, I'm not sure. As you play with that, one of those words will come through, and that will be your anchor for the rest of the year. My word for 2024 is growth. So everything I'm doing is about my growth in my business. You can have a separate word for your private life as well as your business. I like to do that, but mine for this year is growth. So that anchors me in everything that I'm doing. If it's not going to help grow me or my business, then this year it's a no from me. And that's fine to say no as well. So that's what I'd love you to do. Think of that now. So Valentina, fearless, harmony, thriving, courage, connection. Okay, out of those 5, which one's calling you? Which one do you really feel is going to anchor you and take you forward? And maybe when we've gone through the goal setting in a moment, that will become clear to you what you need to be.
Do you think it's really important, Janine, to have focus on one word?
I think it's really good to bring it down to one word. Yes, I do. I mean, you can have 1 or 2, but I think bringing it down to 1, and there will be one that will come through, certainly when you've gone through the goal setting as well, and maybe you need to just, sleep with them as such for a few days, and one will come through, and then own it and love it and feel it and keep it on your phone and have it there. Because I've done this now, I'm in my 3rd year of doing it, and every year it's really, really helped focus me. Brilliant. Oh, thank you for sharing your goals on here as well. Okay, I'm going to move forward now. So we've covered your what and your why. And obviously we've been into a lot of the deeper work that, as we know as style coaches, when we work with clients, sometimes we have to do that. We have to uncover things that maybe make them feel a little bit uncomfortable to begin with. And that's because we want it all to move forward in the right direction. And as we know, sometimes by unpicking that, we can put it all back together brilliantly for them. So now we're going to work on the SMART plan for you. When I ran through this, Kate and I ran through this yesterday together, and one of the things in our training is obviously talking about reflection, and I would really like you now to think about the end of this year, and I'd like you to think about the 3 goals that you've written down, and I'd just like you to go with me on this. And it's New Year's Eve, and you're looking back on the past year, and you've reached all of your goals. You've reached them all. And you look down and you look at the list and you can't believe that you've done it. You're just so, so proud. How does that look for you? How does it feel? Just take a few moments to just lean into that feeling of reaching each and every one of those goals. How proud you would feel. Now, I would love you to just, for a few moments, reverse that. I want you to reverse that feeling. I want you to stand there and it's New Year's Eve and you're looking at that list and you're going, oh my word, I've not done it. I don't feel good about myself. Why didn't I do it? Because you didn't take action. Because you didn't take action. And which feeling do you prefer? Now, I know this is a part of a method and some of you will use it with clients, but when we do it ourselves again, it reminds us of the power of what we can do and what we can bring into our worlds. And you have the power to change what's happening and to take action on your goals. And that's what I want you to do by setting the SMART goals that we're going to go through next. So we know the why, we've done that, that's why there's a big tick beside it. We're now going to set the SMART goals. You are probably all familiar with SMART goals. Again, it was part of the training and it is part of the training if you haven't reached that yet too, with that you will use with your clients. And I'm going to go through that with you, so I'm not going to spend too much talking through this particular slide here. We're going to talk about the tools that are going to help you get there, and we're going to talk about how long it's going to take, how you can check in on yourself along the way as well. So let's talk about SMART goals first of all. First, just pop in the chat box how many of you are familiar with SMART goals. Kate and Tracy, if you can give me an update on that. And I'm going to just take you through it as a reminder for those of you who do understand it as well. Anyway, the S is about getting specific and making these focused and making them tangible. It's really, really important that your goals are specific, and that's why we have looked at the what you want and why you want it first of all. So they need to be very, very specific. They need to be measurable. You need to include precise amounts. When I mentioned to you earlier, if it's a monetary goal, be very, very clear on what it is. You want to have milestone dates in there as well, or milestones, so you can measure your success. And remember, the universe responds to accuracy. So don't be vague, be productive, be specific. Make sure that it's measurable and you can track it, and that's going to help keep you motivated. And then you've got attainable, and that's about keeping it realistic. Don't demotivate yourself, but set yourself challenging goals that step out of your comfort zone. Remember earlier I said if we were going to run a marathon, that would just be ridiculous. If I set myself a goal to run a marathon and I said I'm going to do it tomorrow, I'm setting myself up for failure. So be realistic about the goals and attainability. Obviously, make sure they are relevant as well. Relevant to the life you want to lead, the business you want to run. It's really, really important that the relevance stays clear in any goal that you set. And they have a clear time-bound deadline to them as well, because you want to be able to celebrate your success and know when you want to achieve it by, because otherwise it turns into a vague goal or a dream because you're not actually putting any time to it. So that's what we want to do today. So here's a specific example for you as well. So I want to increase, so the want is there, I want to increase my client base to grow my style coaching business because, and this is the why, expanding my clientele will enable me to share my expertise with more people, individuals, helping them enhance their personal style and confidence, which is my passion. So that is really super specific on why you want it. And then measurable. I aim to acquire 10 new clients with a milestone of securing the first 5 clients within the first 6 weeks to ensure I'm on track. And attainable, I want to acquire 6 new clients within 3 months. It's within reach if I've leveraged my visibility. So you can start thinking about what you need to do, because each of the goals that you set are going to have a set of tasks behind it that are going to make you reach the goal. It's like all the milestones that you would take on that journey. So that's why you've got to get specific and measurable and attainable to really start drilling down and thinking about why you want that goal and how you're going to get there. The relevance of it, expanding my client base, is vital for the growth of my business, increasing my income and enabling me to reinvest in further marketing and development opportunities. It solidifies my reputation as a trusted style coach and extends my impact on individuals' lives. These ones I put down here, examples, are quite long. Please don't worry. I don't want you to feel like you've got to go into that much depth. But what I do want you to think beyond is just a few words for each one. And time bound, the goal is set to be achieved within the next 3 months. I like working on 3-month goals. I do have a yearly plan, but then I break that down into 3-month, like 90, I was going to say 90 second, then 90, that would be quick, wouldn't it? 90-day goals, because that way I break it down into bite-sized achievable tasks. So you might have something big that you want to achieve by the end of 2024. But so if that is a case, then put that as a goal, but then put those milestones in that in 3 months' time you want to achieve that. And by then the following 3 months you want to have achieved that, because sometimes the goal can be so big you think, I'm never going to do it. A bit like somebody, I'm going to talk about weight loss for a moment. You know, when they set themselves a goal of weight loss, it can be discouraging if somebody feels like they've got to lose a lot and they might give up. Whereas if you've just got, I only need to lose this, so I just need to go to the gym 3 times a week and move it forward from there. And I'm sure you all understand that, but I just want to go over it for those of you who haven't come across this before. So you have 1, 2, and 3 set out in your plans, in your workbooks for you. So what I would love you to do now, we will give you, you might want to carry on working on this obviously after the session today, but for now I'd like you to just spend, I'm going to give it 5 minutes to start working on those. What's in your mind? Think about them. There's some prompts on the screen there. If you need me to go back a few slides or want to ask anything, then please do. And as I say, if you need to reach out to us afterwards, happy to help if you need to send any questions. What I'll do is I will take it back to that slide there.
And Nick says in the comments, small goals are good too, like on your way to the big goal.
Exactly. Those are baby steps lead to one big giant step in the long run.
Exactly. Thank you, Nick. Karen says, I use one small action a day and don't break the chain of that. That's powerful.
That's nice, Minnie, thank you. I'm just aware of time. Do I need to move on? People are still busy writing.
Okay. So I know we've got quite a lot of participants who haven't got their videos on as well, Janine.
That's okay. If anybody needs more time specifically now, can you just pop a little thumbs up. And then we just know to give you a few more minutes. If you do take it away with you though, don't leave it, guys. Please make sure you complete them. I know what life gets like.
Yeah.
And this is why we've been doing all that deeper work to begin with, to make sure that you set these right for you. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, while you can carry on writing, I'm just going to cover off some of the things that might come up while you're doing this. What is really, really important in your goal setting and in your life, and again, something that we cover in our training as style coaches, is making sure that you set your day up the right way. We have included in the next part of the workbook that you're going to receive after this as well, regarding your vision boarding, some affirmations for you. And I would really recommend that you find some affirmations that support you in what you're doing. You know, practice gratitude. If you are into practicing manifestation, then please do that as well. And I would always suggest prioritizing your tasks and breaking them down into the SMART goals and mini goals that support that. Even I tend to think, right, what 3 things can I do to move the needle in my business in a day? Rather than looking at a long list or a long task list in a day, what can I actually do to move the business? And what I will quickly say here as well, because I know so many people are guilty of not doing this, is what are you doing each day to actually sell in your business? Because I know that so many people are afraid of sales or actually don't promote what they're doing enough. Some of you aren't at that stage yet, that's fine, that will come. But those of you who are, then make sure you're not just sharing your highlight reel as such, that you are showing people how they can work with you. Delegate, know your strengths and weaknesses, reach out to people if you need a VA, or you're not so great on accounts, or you're not so great on you know, providing or getting graphics together to support you in your marketing, whatever it is, reach out. If you need a coach to support you, reach out. But most of all, be realistic with your time. And then we talked about what could happen en route as well. And identifying your own roadblocks and your own blocks. And I think it's important to do that when you set out on the journey, because we all know the things that hold us back. And we've talked about those in these questions that I asked you earlier. You know what holds you back. And with those that you've written down, identify those and then seek out solutions that help you overcome them, to resolve them, so that when you hit that roadblock, you know exactly where you can turn. When maybe you feel like you're not moving forward as fast as you want to, that you've got the support in place there for you. And make sure that you have an accountability partner as well, which you've got within this group now, which is brilliant. And then keep the regular check-ins, which we're going to have as well. Make appointments with yourself and celebrate those small wins. You know, just as we celebrate, any of us who have children will know we celebrate their wins way more than we celebrate our own. So take some time to celebrate you and be your own best friend. And don't forget, you can reflect and refine any of your goals as you go along. And don't give up on yourself, because you're worth it. Your success is, you know, it is 20% strategy and 80% mindset. So imposter syndrome, which you've mentioned today, self-limiting beliefs, low self-esteem, lack of self-confidence, lack of support are all things that can hold all of us back from time to time. But they're all things that can be overcome if you look for the right people, the right resources, the right tools to help you do that. And we encourage you to do that today. So you do have a section in your workbooks to write down what might be holding you back and what you can implement into your life and your business and your training to help you overcome those as well. So I would encourage you to spend some time doing that at some stage as well. We've talked about this. I'm not going to go into this in too much detail, but what can help you with those shortcuts, the pit stops, the self-care, accountability, investing in yourself, Books, books, books. I love books, podcasts, coaches, courses. Don't give up on yourself. And now to finish, we're just going to go through quickly how you vision boards, because I'm aware of time. However, you will have got a workbook that is coming to you that will support you and has all of what I've got in these next few slides for you as well. So vision boarding is, as we said earlier, one of those things that either you've done it and you love it, or you've done it and maybe you've just popped it aside somewhere when you've got home from where you've made it and it hasn't seen the light of day all year. And one thing I would say with vision boards, they do serve a powerful visual tool, and the clues there, they are a visual tool and you need to keep them somewhere that you can see them. Mine is right in front of me, in front of my screen over there. I can see it every single day, so that's what you want to do. But your vision board really helps stimulate the brain. It stimulates both the imaginative and the logical aspect and sides of the brain, and it's a really super successful and effective and impactful strategy for goal setting and personal development. I'm not going to go too deep into the sort of science behind it today, but I would really love you to embrace it if you haven't used it before. This is the time to put down all of those things you do dream big and small about and you want to bring into your world. But those things, I would encourage them to be, are what you've put into your goals this afternoon. And this is going to help you stay motivated and focused. It's going to help you have a visual program in your brain. And that helps you recognize those things. It's like, you know, when you really want something and then you tend to see it everywhere you go. And what you're doing with your vision boards is putting that out into the universe. And you're also hopefully then going to utilize the law of attraction, which magnetizes and attracts the people and the resources and the opportunities, the things you want into your world to achieve those goals. So don't be afraid to dream big. This is your chance. This is your chance to really have some fun with it and really step into the power of your brain, because when you get in the right space for vision boarding, it can be really powerful. So now isn't the right space for that. You want to be in a space on your own. Again, this is something I would encourage that you do on your own, and maybe not with another family member or friend, because then you start feeding off of their ideas and them off of you. And there's a time for that, but not in this. You want to choose a quiet and comfortable space, and a time that you've got to, excuse me, a time you've got to dedicate to yourself. So not in a quick half an hour or a tea break or anything, somewhere where you can have some deep thought and creativity. So choose a quiet and comfortable space, set the mood with music, play background music that inspires you, and we'll come on to that in a moment, whether it's calm, soothing, upbeat, energizing, whatever it needs to be, but set the mood for yourself. Gather those inspirational materials. So you're going to need like a great big piece of card, like an A3 card, or we call it, there's a Fomex board. Get some magazines, get quotes. Actually on Amazon, you can order vision board books. Don't know whether you know that. You can order vision board books that's got pictures and quotes and lots of things that you can cut out for your vision boards on it. There's actually one for 2024 as well. There's magazines, so get magazines, get quotes, any other materials that spark your imagination and your creativity. It could be photographs, somewhere you want to go, something you want to achieve, but it has to feel right for you. And you need to spend some time going through those magazines and those articles, and things will call out at you. And sometimes you might not know the answer, you might not know why it's calling to you, but if it's calling to you, then get it on that vision board. Light a candle, use essential oils with scents that relax and invigorate you, enhancing your focus and creativity. Really make this a space that you want to spend time in when you do it. And the reason I'm telling you that is I did mine this year, and I was forcing myself in the new year. Literally, I was forcing myself when I look back, trying to find the right moment, and my headspace wasn't in the right space. And a few days later, I looked at it and I thought, there's nothing about that that's motivating me at all. So I gave up and I pulled it all apart. Then I waited, and actually I held a vision and a goal setting session for a group here in the UK. And obviously I was doing what I'm doing today. And through that, I was like, oh my God, I'm so in the space now. So I got home, and that weekend I pulled together the just most magical vision board. So just make sure you're in that right space when you do it. Invite in positive energy. Take a few moments to meditate or set the intentions. Get the clarity in your session. So I think you can understand where I'm coming from here. Now, playlists. Kate and I both have playlists that we have pulled together, and we will send out to you. One of those is a pre-meditation podcast that I've used from Spotify that you are going to get a link to. It's not mine, it's somebody else's, but we're sharing the link with you. It takes about 25 minutes, but it is a good one to get you in that headspace before you start as well. So as I've said, find pictures that represent your goals or symbolize the future you want to create. Use magazines, fabric or images from the internet, whatever inspires you. You can tell I've been talking for a long time now, can't you? And make a collage of all those images. Think big, feel the vision coming alive, really feel it. What I do want to say is try and keep it neat. Don't make it too cluttered, because too much clutter leads to a chaotic board that you can't easily understand. And you don't want to attract chaos into your life, because life can be chaotic enough. I saw people, with some really creative color coordinated boards. I mean, mine's not color coordinated, but it certainly has spaces and different areas with different meaning to it. But it's your board, but don't overfill it. And use those affirmation words. Use your word of the year. Use inspiring quotes that represent how you want to feel as well. Okay, and then take a moment when you've done it to look at it every single day. When you wake up, before you go to bed, is really good, because that reactivates it in your mind and refocuses you. There are some affirmations that are going into the workbook for you that you can obviously read, or you can use on your vision boards as well. As I said, so just a very quick go through from the vision board, but you are getting the tools workbook to help you do your own beside that after this. Okay, so what you've learned about aligning your goals, you've learned about planning for success, and you've learned about accomplishing your goals as well today. So here are the next accountability sessions as we come to the end of today's sessions. We've had our main workshop. Obviously, Kate and Tracy will be sending out the dates for the next sessions. Our next check-in accountability session is on Thursday, the 27th of June. In the meantime, there will be some more news coming out, which I think Kate and Tracy are going to explain about in a moment. I would love to encourage you, if you would like to share your vision boards, then please do send us a photograph of them. I obviously appreciate they could be deeply personal to you. That's fine. But I really encourage you to use those goals, to use those to build that vision board, and to reflect back on all of the learnings from the questions that we've learned today to build your goals and your future for success. So thank you so much for listening to me, and I'm now going to hand you back over to Kate and Tracy. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Janine. I think I can speak for us all when I say that we're totally inspired. Really are. I feel quite energized to go get that workbook sorted and set some more goals for myself. So thank you so much, and I hope that you'll all be really keen now to join us in June for the next Connect and Thrive event. That would be fantastic. And I think that we've achieved so much today and learned a lot about setting goals and our vision. And I think, as I say, we'll feel really, really inspired. So thank you again, Janine, and thank you all ladies and guys for your input and comments. So lastly for today, I'm going to pass you over to Kate, because we've got some really great news to share and some updates. So Over to you, Kate.
Thank you, Tracy. And of course, thank you so much, Janine. So firstly, as an added dimension of the Connect and Thrive experience, tomorrow we're launching a brand new WhatsApp community designed to anchor style coaches together like never before. So here we're going to have a group that's specifically for participants of the Connect and Thrive events so that we can maintain our connection with you through an energetic and optimistic focus group. Now, we would love, of course, to be able to stay in touch with you in between our quarterly meetups, and perhaps, like Janine said, we could share vision board images, things like that, share our goals and our progress, and just generally be able to reach out to one another for day-to-day support. Also in the WhatsApp community, we're launching groups for students of our online courses and of course our live courses in Italy and the Middle East, as well as other location-specific groups so that you can go and connect with other members in your own region. From now on, we're also going to be able to gather your feedback a lot more easily via polls about the topics that you would like for us to feature in our monthly masterclasses. We'd love if you could play a really active role in shaping our support so that we can create the resources that are going to make the biggest difference to you, whether it's in your style coaching studies or in your style coaching business. In the coming months, we're also very keen to introduce progress partners or accountability buddies, whatever you would like to call it, so that you're able to team up with other style coaches and have that option also to book one-to-one mentoring sessions with some of the most experienced members of our community. So we're going to be setting up the WhatsApp community gradually over the next few days and finding our footing there. But you will receive an email with an invitation to join, so do keep an eye open on your inboxes. And our final piece of news for today, which I think is one of my favorites, is that part of our commitment to supporting and celebrating our style coaches is that we're preparing to launch our inaugural Style Coach of the Year Awards. So our aim with this is going to be to shine a spotlight on the hard work, dedication and achievements of style coaches all around the globe. We'll have a variety of different categories and we're really excited to release the full entry information during our next Connect and Thrive event in June. And I really do think it's going to be one of the highlights of the year ahead. So hopefully you'll all get involved with that no matter where you're at in your style coaching journey. And on that note, I suppose that's a wrap for today. Thank you so much for bearing with us while we had our hiccups to begin with, but rest assured that this is our first event, like I say, and you know it will get better from here and we'll have lots of opportunities for interaction, engagement, connection, and all of those really important things. From all of us here at the Style Coaching Institute and the International Association of Style Coaches, thank you for joining us, and until next time, everybody, take care and keep thriving.
Sending lots of love and big hugs to you all, and thank you again. Thank you, Janine. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Ivana. Thank you, Rana. We love you all.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, everybody. Take care, everybody.
Thank you so much. It was really a wonderful experience to get to know you, a part of you. Really. Thank you so much to everybody.
Thank you, Ivana. Bye for now, everyone.
Bye for now, ladies.
Bye. Bye, everyone.